The state files a tax warrant against State Representative Jill Billings. She says a mistake led to the warrant.
And the future flu season. Health experts are warning everyone that this year could be severe.
This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good afternoon and thanks for watching News 8 Now at 6. I'm Amy DuPont.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. According to online court records, La Crosse Assemblywoman Jill Billings owes the state more than $10,000 in unpaid income taxes, interest, and penalties. The Department of Revenue filed a lien against Billings back in January and then filed a warrant 6 months later in June.
Billings first won election to Wisconsin's 95th district in 2011. The Democrat represents the city of La Crosse and the towns of Shelby and Campbell. Now, we asked Representative Billings about the tax warrant. Her staff sent News 8 Now this statement. A mistake was made, paperwork was missed, and my income taxes were late. The taxes and fees owed have been paid in full to the Department of Revenue.
As of this afternoon, online records still show Billings' income taxes have not been paid. We asked the Department of Revenue if they can prove Billings has paid her outstanding taxes, but they by law cannot do that. So we asked Representative Billings to share any documents proving her taxes have been paid. She has not yet responded.
Time to take a break and get an update on our forecast. Beautiful fall day out there. Sunshine, but cool this morning, Eric.
That's right, Ken and Amy. Hey, it was gorgeous today. We had temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Made it to 71 in La Crosse. Winona made it to 72. Viroqua made it to 68. Decorah made it to 72. Prairie du Chien, you made it to 73 degrees. And right now you're seeing a temperature of 70 down there. Same story in Boscobel. 60s from La Crosse over towards Sparta. 66 in Black River Falls as well as Eau Claire. Outside right now, look at that. A beautiful sunset out there. 69 degrees is the current temperature. Humidity is at 39% with winds out of the south-southeast at 8 miles per hour. So if you have any evening plans, by the 8 o'clock hour, we'll see clear skies. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s. We'll go into the mid 50s as we go into the 11 o'clock hour with clear skies. Overnight lows across the area in the 40s and 50s, making for a beautiful evening across the Coulee region. You can see the southern zone from La Crescent down to New Albany over towards Waukon, seeing temperatures in the 40s and 50s, and then over towards Black River Falls and then Trempealeau, seeing temperatures in the 40s and 50s as well. Now, coming up in the first alert forecast, we're going to talk about temperatures in the 70s, and then we drop them as we go into the 40s on the high end. We'll talk about that in the first alert forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thanks very much, Eric.
Well, after disrupting the court dozens of times, the man charged with a deadly Waukesha Christmas parade attack told the judge today he's sorry. Darrell Brooks is representing himself at his trial. Last week, the judge removed Brooks from the courtroom proceedings before they even began because he was being disruptive. At one point on Friday, Brooks removed his shirt. Then this morning, before testimony got underway, Brooks apologized.
In regards to my actions last week during the trial, I just want the court to understand it's very emotional. Not to excuse my actions, I should carry myself with better respect than that. I wasn't raised that way.
Apologized to the court, the prosecutors, the clerks and bailiffs, even news reporters and everyone else who was in the gallery last week. He did not specifically mention victims, several of whom attended the trial.
The city of Eau Claire is asking voters to support an increase in taxes to help pay for more public safety workers. The city's police department says over the past 10 years, calls for service have gone up nearly 70%, while staffing levels have not changed. The city wants to hire 6 more police officers, 6 firefighter paramedics, 2 civilians community service officers, and on civilians to help support the dispatch. Now, the city's police chief says the lack of staff is really affecting response times.
We have not added officers in 25 years. Our population has gone up quite a bit since then. From our fire department's perspective, they actually have fewer firefighter EMTs now than what we had in 2000.
So the referendum would approve an increase of more than $1.4 million. Taxes are estimated to go up roughly $22 for every $100,000 in property value. The referendum will be on the November 8th ballot.
Cold and flu season is on the way, and experts predict that this season will be more severe than the last 2.
News 8 Now's Emily Haugen joins us in studio to explain why doctors say it's extra important to get your flu shot. Good evening, Emily.
Amy and Ken, 49% of American adults said in a recent survey that this year they do not plan on getting their flu shot, but doctors say they should reconsider.
always hard to really kind of pin down what each flu season is going to be like.
But experts say this year is different.
People haven't really been infected as much with the flu the past couple of years because the past 2 years have been so mild, so we don't really have the antibodies circulating around like we would have in previous years.
The temperature is dropping and viruses are spreading.
Definitely an uptake in just viral illnesses in general, so not even necessarily COVID or influenza, but just random viruses.
Though infection isn't predicted to be any worse, it may spread quicker.
It all really centers around the fact that we just aren't wearing masks anymore.
And as more and more people go mask-free, experts want you to be prepared.
We know we have the right tools in front of us right now is to make sure that we are getting vaccinated so that way we don't see a large number of cases like the Southern Hemisphere did.
Experts at both Mayo and Gunderson encourage vaccination, even though half of American adults don't plan on getting one.
Overall, we've always had a hard time across the U.S. of getting people to get their flu shot. We've always aimed for 70%, but at most it's always been 47%.
Experts say there are benefits to getting the vaccine, especially this year.
That helps protect yourself, also protects other people that might be more vulnerable to getting the flu.
And they say the best time to get it is now.
October is one of the best times to get the flu shot because we want to make sure that people are vaccinated before the flu season begins.
Doctors also recommend practicing good hand washing, staying home when you're sick, and considering masking in heavily populated areas. All of those efforts on top of vaccination can reduce the spread. Amy and Ken?
Thanks very much, Emily. Mayo Clinic and Gunderson's flu shot clinics will be open to the public on October 17th.
But you could still get your flu shot now with your doctor. Just schedule an appointment with your provider.
Local organizations are bringing opportunity to the community. The Reach Center, Cooley Cap, YWCA, and other organizations are collaborating to host a professional job fair. Staffing shortages have affected all workers, including professionals in industries with great need like social services. Through this job fair, employees from those organizations hope they can recruit more people.
We know that our partners are also feeling the crunch of not having enough staff. So it was an idea to come together as a group to, again, try to attract people to our field.
Community members were asked to dress nicely and bring resumes and a list of references as organizations conducted interviews at the job fair.
If they haven't already, families are about to turn on their heat, maybe light their first fire of the season. So now is the time to talk to kids about fire safety.
The La Crosse Fire Department is visiting 20 area schools for Fire Prevention Week. All students, including the kids at Emerson Elementary, got to learn tools for fire safety like the classic stop, drop, and roll, and they toured the brand new fire safety simulator.
For the fire department, when learning lessons like these, sooner is better.
If that lighter or those matches or a candle is around, they just want to play with it. And telling them now how dangerous it can be will prevent, hopefully as they get older, them doing something that is going to hurt themselves or somebody else.
Firefighters started Fire Prevention Week today. They'll be teaching students until next Tuesday. Still ahead tonight, a top-notch teacher who is with her students through every step of the day.
And kids are getting a taste of medicine. Health experts spending their day at La Crosse's Northside Elementary.
Meet Brad Paff. He never had a job outside of politics. Seriously, he hung around long enough to climb that political ladder. He'll never fix Washington. He won't even try. Me, I spent 26 years fighting for our country. I served as a Navy SEAL, and I know how to get things done. I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message. Let's try something different. Let's change the people we're sending to D.C.
Bright Star gives me a fulfilling feeling that I can give these clients the one-on-one care in order to keep them in their home. I definitely would recommend Bright Star for anyone, even if you're not a CNA, just to come in and, especially if you're interested in the healthcare field, and have a willing heart and a giving heart, come in and you'll find that you really enjoy these clients. You just get to know them.
It's a pattern we can't ignore. Multiple women accuse cop Dave Estenson of abusing the badge, trying to coerce them into sex acts for years. They said Estenson asked teens for sexual favors to avoid underage drinking citations and threatened to plant evidence on one teen if she told anyone. Still another teen said Estenson sexually assaulted her. He couldn't be trusted as a police officer, and he can't be trusted as state senator. January 6th, Derek Van Orden and an angry mob march on the Capitol.
The Capitol, that's where we're headed to right now.
Break through police barricades.
Derek Van Orden, he and a bunch of his frogman buddies are on the wall.
And break the law.
Since January 6th, Derek Van Orden has lied about where he was.
And deleted an online post to hide what he did.
Liar, lawbreaker.
Don't vote for Derek Van Orden.
Center Forward Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
One of the first people a child sees on their school day is their bus driver. Some La Crosse students also get to see their driver in the classroom.
For October's top-notch teacher, Jordan Fremstad introduces us to a teacher who drives home life lessons literally for a special group of kids.
School days begin with a ride.
It's almost cathartic.
Dawn Martin shares this morning experience with students.
Going down.
Because she follows them from the bus to the classroom.
I've known I wanted to be a teacher since I was in first grade. Hey, Mr. Peter.
Her inspiration learned from the 1969 show Room 222 with Karen Valentine.
And the more you advertise, the more you sell, right?
And she was Miss Johnson, and my maiden name is Johnson, so I wanted to be a teacher like Miss Johnson.
Now her name has a place outside a door to her very own classroom.
That history test, so we have to review for.
A home for children with special needs.
So the whole sentence from the capital letter to the period, and we don't ever underestimate their abilities. Question number 3, Alicia.
Dawn understands these children.
Who are the people doing the waiting? And make them as independent in their lives as they can be to help themselves and to help some of them, their caregivers.
When you ask Dawn what she gets out of this.
I get emotional.
For Dawn, every student gets an invitation.
Are you counting as you're going around? It warms my heart every day.
Everyone's invited to a life after high school.
I know, fun, huh? So much fun.
With retirement coming around the corner, Dawn can't leave these kids behind.
I can still keep driving the bus, and I can still see the kids.
36 years as a teacher.
This concludes my normal day. Yeah.
And 1 year behind the wheel.
I love what I do. I love these kids.
With every mile, Dawn drives home children with the fuel they need to start their own adult lives.
You just have to not give up.
This is Jordan Fremstad, News 8 Now, La Crosse.
We need more Dawns in this world.
Absolutely.
I know. The first time I watched the story before it aired, and I was like, whew, be prepared. So Dawn has not said yet when she's going to retire, but when she does, she will continue to be a substitute teacher and drive the school bus.
Truly a top-notch teacher. Well, it is Wisconsin Science Festival Week, and kids at Northside Elementary are getting a taste of the medical field. Doctors, nurses, and other staff from Gunderson Health System taught students about germs, vaccines, and anatomy.
Kids also got to go inside an ambulance and check out the St. Clair Mobile Clinic. Health system leaders hope that these experiences stick with students.
One, we're providing education on healthy eating, healthy living, good hand washing, even a little gross anatomy today. And two, we hope to maybe inspire some of our young kids to consider fields of medicine down the road.
The group will be traveling to a few other schools during this week.
Well, today marks Indigenous Peoples Day.
La Crosse leaders raised the Ho-Chunk flag at City Hall to recognize and respect Native peoples.
And we're seeing temperatures in the 60s and 70s across the area, and I hope you enjoy them because we're talking about a plunge midweek. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
We're paying more for food, gas, and rent. But Tony Evers wants to take even more of our money. He tried to raise the gas tax by 20% and double the tax on our heating bills. Evers wanted to use our tax dollars to pay people who refuse to work. And he wanted to give taxpayer-funded benefits to those who entered our country illegally. Evers even opposed drug testing for those getting welfare. We just can't afford 4 more years of Tony Evers.
Get a stylish solution for every room with window treatments and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Get window images, room darkening vinyl and aluminum blinds, faux wood blinds, and cellular shades trimmed to width for free. Or order a custom style and size. From durable, economical options to stunning custom designs, you'll find the perfect window treatments to transform your space. Right now, all window treatments are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over 600 grand of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
You're never too young to learn to save money. At Riverbank, we make it easy with our student checking account. With access to online and mobile banking, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees, students can keep more money in their pockets. They can also receive up to a $200 bonus per calendar year with our Save the Change program, rewarding them for being financially smart. The more they save, the more they earn. Stop into one of our locations or visit us online to learn more. Riverbank, local banking made simple. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For your next roofing, window, or bathroom project, don't get caught in a vicious cycle with Bush League contractors. Barrel it up and call your home improvement company today. It's not a stretch to say that your home improvement company is the MVP contractor in Twins territory. Whether your home needs a simple change-up, you're in a pinch for a quick hitter improvement, or you're going for a moonshot remodeling project, your home improvement company is ready to step up to the plate, even if their owner is a bit of a blooper. Hey, I'm just spitballing here.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Well, today marks Indigenous Peoples Day, and for the first time, La Crosse celebrated at Burns Park.
The celebration included traditional games and crafts. La Crosse is one of the Ho-Chunk Nation's original villages. Members of the nation say this year's event and the city's official proclamation of Indigenous Peoples Day is a sign of respect to those who have been in the area for centuries.
And some of us have still been here for a long time. We've called it home. And so by the Parks Department asking us to help with this, it really means a lot that they're respecting us and helping us to find a way to celebrate those of us who are still here.
Today's events started off with the raising of the Ho-Chunk Nation flag at City Hall. Members of the Ho-Chunk Nation say that Indigenous Peoples Day is not only about gathering community, but also raising everyone's awareness of tribal history.
There were a lot of harsh realities that the Ho-Chunk Nation and the people have faced, and just honestly, finally getting it out there and letting the people know.
And this was the 5th year La Crosse officially marked Indigenous Peoples Day.
What a beautiful day to be outside for that proclamation. Eric, the things are going to be cooling off.
Yeah, that's right, especially under the second half of the work week. Outside right now, not bad. We're seeing a temperature of 69 at the airport. Same story at the TV station. Actually, TV station just went to 68. Humidity is at 39%. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 8 miles per hour. Numbers for today. We made it to 71 after a morning start of 38. 65 and 44 is where we should be for this time of year now. No rain in the rain bucket for today or for the month so far. Now, in terms of the temperature trends, hang on, because tomorrow we're going to go to 76. As the front pushes through, we'll see temperatures going into the upper 40s to low 50s on the high end, and the long-range outlook has the 6 to 10-day temperatures staying below normal in terms of temperature and precipitation. The 8 to 14-day keeps us below normal as well. So there's a good chance we'll see temperatures in the 50s and 60s for at least the next 2 weeks at least. Nothing on the radar scan right now. We have a clean sweep across the area. High pressure is in control. We're on the back end of it. It's going to allow these temperatures to go up tomorrow. Back behind that is a cool front. That's up in Canada, and that's going to swing south as we go into the second half of the work week. And we're going to see 2 waves. We'll see one drop the temperatures in the 60s. That'll be Wednesday. Then Thursday, we'll see the other one push through, and that'll drop us into the 50s. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 40s and 50s will greet you. We'll see clear skies for tonight. For tomorrow morning, we'll start the day off with abundant sunshine. Then showers and thunderstorms will start to pick up as we go into your evening and overnight hours. Highs tomorrow, look at this, in the 70s across the board. A beautiful day out there. 76 Winona, 76 Eau Claire, 76 La Crosse, 74 Decorah, 75 in Prairie du Chien. So the balance of the first alert forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies with a nice light wind. Overnight lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's your timeline for tomorrow. We'll start the day off with the double nickel, 65 degrees by the 8 o'clock hour with plenty of sunshine. We'll go to 74 by the 2 o'clock hour, 76 by 4, 73 by the 6 o'clock hour. And by 8 o'clock, that rain chance will start to pick up with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. The next 8 days has temperatures in the 60s for Wednesday, 50 for Thursday, upper 50s for Friday and Saturday. I want to break out Thursday really quick because we have that temperature of 50, but some places will see temperatures in the upper 40s. Eau Claire will go to 46, 48 in Black River Falls, 48 in Sparta, 47 in Viroqua, 49 will be the temperature in Prairie du Chien. So then we stay in the 50s for Friday. As we go into the weekend, we go to 58 for Saturday, 46 as we go into your Sunday. Then the remainder of the 8-day has temperatures staying in the low to mid 40s for Monday and mid to upper 40s on Tuesday. Now, Ken and Amy, I want to tell you this right now. Some places on Monday may see temperatures in the upper 30s.
Ooh.
So definitely,
like that.
yeah, definitely bundle up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ready for it.
No, no, we got to slowly drop these temperatures.
Yeah, it's like a 90-degree drop.
Wow.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Coming up in sports, the Packers know they let one get away yesterday in London.
Yep, and we're just a few days away from one of the biggest rivalry games in the area, the battle for Lacrosse in the Arc of Victory. Riverhawks ready to go. Rob's got a preview of Central next.
Fall Home Show Open House is going on now at the Board Store. Open till 7 Monday through Friday this week. Special coupon discount for visiting. Hope to see you there.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Mandela Barnes is spreading a lot more than just peanut butter. Barnes didn't pay thousands in property taxes on his Milwaukee condo, bought with family money. While not paying property taxes, Barnes bought a second condo, went to Vegas, even sat courtside for a Bucks game. Asked about his unpaid taxes, Barnes said,
It's Juneteenth. Y'all, hey, it's Juneteenth. They want to talk about property tax.
Now Barnes wants to talk about peanut butter. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
People that have come to me for financial coaching have told me that they've learned more from me in 10 minutes than they did with their other guy in 10 years. Or they'll tell me, I've never looked at things from that angle before. If you want to learn more about financial management and your future, come see me. I'll do it for free, no invoice. Give the money man a call at Firefighters Credit Union. Let's make things happen.
I'm a veteran. I know what it looks like to love your country, and this isn't it. Derek Van Orden was on the Capitol grounds on January 6th. He broke past the police barricades and was part of a riot that injured over 100 cops, and some of them ended up dying. Now he wants us to believe he's a patriot? Mr. Van Orden, patriots defend their country. They don't try to burn it down.
I'm Brad Paff, and I approve this message.
We at Maxwell White pride ourselves on delivering honest, dependable plumbing services, whether it's a repair, installation, or any number of other needs. With our full-stocked warehouse and trucks, our licensed technicians are ready to serve you. So don't just choose anyone, choose Maxwell White.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We've made it to the final week of the Wisconsin high school football regular season. Honestly, feels like it just started. The season flew by for us here at News 8, but still a lot of great matchups coming up on Friday. Some big rivalry games, especially the one going down at Logan High School, a battle of two crosstown rivals for the Riverhawks. They'll be looking to keep the Arc of Victory in their possession. Central winning last year's matchup 42-20 in the final week of the regular season. As for this year, the Riverhawks come into this one with a record of 3-5 on the season. They've won 2 of their last 3 to get to this point. Most recently, a dominant win over Sparta last week. So not only bragging rights are on the line, maybe a spot in the playoffs as well. But the Riverhawks know this game not only means a lot to the community, it means a lot to them too.
You know, you try to not make it any bigger than it is, but the reality is that it is the biggest game on our schedule, and the one that, you know, all of our kids always have circled on the calendars as soon as it comes out every year. We're going to do our best to treat it as another game, but it's a big one, and everybody knows that.
It's a big rivalry, you know, they're crosstown rivals, you know, every time you go over to the north side, you're like, oh, you know, north side now, you know, so you've known those guys growing up, playing them through all sorts of sports, you know, especially football, so big competition, you know, and really good rivalry.
Down this Friday night, Riverhawks and Rangers, 7 p.m. at Logan High School. What happened yesterday morning in London? It started off well. The Packers were up 14 at one point in the first half after this touchdown pass to Mercedes Lewis midway through the second quarter, but with the exception of a late safety in the fourth, the Green and Gold were held scoreless by the Giants after the break. Nothing going right for Green Bay in the second half on Sunday. The Packers drop when they should have had, 27-22 the final, as Green Bay falls to 3-2 on the year.
You know, it's one of those situations we're going to have to look in the mirror and confront the truth. Everybody's going to have to, you know, get ready to get back to work and get better. You know, but this has happened a couple times now, so we got to be better. You know, we got an opportunity to go out there and close teams out. We got to be able to do that.
And guys, this kind of almost happened last week. I mean, they survived against a team that was, you know, playing their third-string quarterback. So these are games they got to win, especially, you know, next week with the Jets. The Jets are kind of hot, coming off a big win. So.
Yeah, and the Packers barely hung on against Tampa Bay a couple weeks prior.
Right.
So it's kind of a recurring theme for the Green and Gold.
Yep.
Meanwhile, congrats on the win over Chicago.
Thank you.
It's a huge accomplishment right there.
It's always those games when it comes to Packers-Vikings, Bears-Packers, Bears-Vikings. It doesn't matter what the records are.
Right.
Those games are unpredictable, and they're always
And they
great.
sure do mean a lot when it comes to division titles and playoff seeding as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rob. Appreciate
We'll
it.
be right back to wrap things up.
Connect with us on Twitter at News8News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Did you know Tim Michaels wants to criminalize abortion, even for pregnant rape victims?
But are you willing to support exceptions for rape or incest? That's correct.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Why are we the clear choice for new windows?
A 5-star customer experience. Our exclusive Weather Guardian installation system ensures your windows are weather tight. Windows installed by factory-trained employees, not subcontractors. Windows that are 1,500% more airtight than industry standards. Foam-filled frames and sashes. The most efficient triple pane glass in the industry.
For a limited time, receive 24 months interest-free financing.
I'm Tim Michaels, and I know a thing or two about construction. But sometimes, before you start building, you have to tear things down. That's why I'll dump Beaver's job-killing agenda. Totally demolish the woke liberals' anti-police agenda. And hammer Madison's special interest. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm a businessman, not a politician. Tony Evers and his liberal friends have made an absolute mess of Wisconsin. We've got a blueprint to rebuild. But first, we need to do a little demolition.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
All right, one final look at the 8-day, and I hope you enjoy the 70s because we got one more day of that with a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon hours going into the 50s for Thursday. 58 for Saturday, and then look at that. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, highs in the 40s, lows in the mid to upper 20s.
76 for the final time, possibly. I feel a cough coming on.
You know, like Wilson Phillips says, hold on for one more day.
Hey, there's a pop
very, very nice.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, Eric. Thanks, everyone at home, for joining us.
We appreciate your time. We hope you'll join us again at 10.